Okay, so this is the first Terrarium 2.0 update. And so yesterday I mentioned that all of the animals inside appeared to have died. And we put new ones in. And for the most part, that seems to have happened again. But looking closely, there's a roly-poly at the top of this leaf. And I can't tell if that's just where it died or if it climbed up there. I don't remember it being there this morning. But there's much less activity than they normally seem to exhibit. I think I'll put a little footage of what they act like when they're just being left alone. I mean, presumably everybody's played with a roly-poly as a kid and kind of knows, but you know, I'm 30 now. That was a long time ago and I've forgotten, so. As for the snails, I think they're still getting along. That one there looks like he's out of his shell and active. There's some grass sprouting in the interior that was there yesterday. I didn't really bring it up. In fact, there's a variety of plants sprouting up that you can see in the lower layers. Otherwise, the plants are getting along just fine. I kind of suspect that even if this roly-poly here is still alive, he's probably not going to survive in the long run. The fact that they all seem to disappear pretty much immediately suggests that the situation, there's just not enough air in here. And I really need to get some kind of way of measuring how much carbon dioxide and oxygen is in these things. Maybe that'll be a lesson learned. Because it's sort of impossible to tell what's going on without that. As for these other two with the lichens, I knocked this one over the other day, so it's all askew. But since it's just lichen in there, I don't think it really matters. As for the other one, no noticeable change. Just sort of what we expect. And if we come over to the Terrarium 1.0 Terraria, there's again not really anything new. So I'm not going to really do the whole shebang. But I'll try to give them each a little spin around. Still some algae growing in here, exclusively on the sun-facing side. This one, still the same as always. Things are growing in this one, but not really noticeable or notable. It is noticeable, just not a significant change from last week. The algae has gotten all over the place, which is a thing. This looks a little healthier than it has in the last few weeks, which is a good sign. Spring onion is nothing noticeable, but I suppose it might be curved over more. As for these two, still looking pretty dead. This white stuff is continuing to grow all over the place. I assume it's some kind of mold. That's not, that's bird shit. And as you see, this roly-poly is like this bright crimson color. And in here, nothing at all is happening. In here, the algae is continuing to spread, which is a good sign. Well, good in the sense that it's something vaguely interesting that's happening, and if nothing interesting happens in there, then that's a shame. In here, the hypothesis that this would recover seems so far to be invalidated. It doesn't appear to be recovering at all. So this is something I mentioned as being of some interest to me. Oh, and it looks like this roly-poly here has moved. So I guess he is still alive, just not very exuberant. The glass obviously has a bit of a greenhouse effect, and so there's the question of, is this all going to heat up during the summer and bake at 100 degrees or something? So I have this thermometer and I can measure the inside. And it looks like it's 95 degrees in there, and by comparison, the ground is about 87.9. So there is a bit of a temperature difference. 95.3 there. But that could also just be because it's lifted up off the ground. These about 96 and 96 or 96.2 here. 96 even on that one. And for comparison, let's get some temperature readings on a few of these. It's like 92.4, 92.6, whereas the stairs are 88. Although maybe a bit of a different emissivity, so that could be sort of negligible. So by comparison, the lid, 92.6, dirt, 92.1, 92.3, 91.9, post behind it, 90.8. Here, the rock. And looking at these, so this is 105.9 in there. 99 for the plant. Pavement's 101. Battery's running low. 102 out there. So it's actually only about 3 or 4 degrees hotter. And here, 102.5. Shut up about the battery. But 97 for the plant. Pavement's 99. And this one's in direct sun. This is 123 for the soil. 109 above it. In the shade behind the plant is 104. Direct sun on the ground is 112. So it does seem like there's a significant greenhouse effect. But at least in the airspace above the plant, it's not as bad as it is directly in the soil. Alright, so lonely are the last two remaining indoor terraria. Wait, 3. One's sitting on the other, so I forget about it. There's really no change with any of them, I think. Here, perhaps this has sprawled out to a new distance on the side. But otherwise nothing. We have essentially no change. Still pretty sure this is dead. And since everything in it is dead, the terrarium itself is not likely to do anything interesting. But we will continue to watch it. And that's it indoors.